The situation in the world today seems to be one of a lot of confusion, a lot of stupidity, and a lot of, quite frankly, poor leadership in certain countries, including my own, and quite frankly, a lot of refusal on changing. So this is Trends to Change. My name's Ian, and I have set this channel up pretty much to give my views on life, to perhaps give a little bit of insight, well, when I say inside information, more a bit of voice of experience of some things I've lived through, and I've lived through some really amazing times, and I've lived through some quite horrific times, I'll be honest. And I'm completely independent. I don't do this to get monetized. I give my thoughts and I try to give my help to people who may need it. If you don't need it, that's great. If you do, that's great. If you agree or disagree, well, you know, you've got every right to do so. So if you like the videos I'm putting out, whether it be shorts or whether it be my trip, whatever it might be, if you think that some of this resonates with you or anything else, or if you just like my videos, please like and subscribe. It will move my channel forwards. And for those people who have done already, thank you very much for the follows, thank you very much for the comments, everything else, and I hope to put a few more videos on. So we have I was talking with my housemate this morning, and in the UK we have a very serious problem. We have a very serious situation with free speech, a very serious situation with the leadership thereof. We have a very serious problem with living life the way it should be. We are entering, instead of living a life, we are entering into a situation now where we're clinging precariously to survival. We are having a very serious problem with literally living our lives, because in some cases people are getting arrested for putting things on Facebook which really have no reason to be arrested for. Or we have what is called a non-crime incident, where the police will visit you. No crime has been made, however, when the police have visited you, it goes on the criminal record check, or the you know, and it goes on an enhanced one. So if you go for a job, it may be flagged up, and the possibility of you getting work at that job will be decreased. We face a very real tyrannical leadership in our country, and quite frankly, we've got another 4 years thereabouts with this. And the reason why I'm doing this video is that this morning we have in the UK, and I know there are some people in America who see this. I know there are some people in America and in Europe who see my videos and stuff, and they actually message me. They're on Facebook as well. The council tax is there to cover things like refuse disposal, funding the police, a whole myriad of things. I'm not really going to go into it, but it's another tax. And our present government said, and our Prime Minister, I'll quote, "not a penny more on top of our existing bills." And we've just received our council tax, and we are paying maybe an extra £20 per month. but it works out at £220 per year that we are giving to the local government. And there is nothing really that is done with it, because it doesn't actually go to our local governments. We pay our local governments, and then it goes down to the central government, and then it gets displaced throughout all the country to whichever area they choose. So in all likelihood, it will go down. We won't see much increase on what this covers, but the government will receive more money. And what are we doing with the money? We are sending it abroad. We are sending it to people who quite frankly don't need it. We are sending it to recorded terrorist organizations who are now in charge of countries. We are wasting the money instead of placing it vitally into our country. We are wasting that money on illegal immigrants. We are wasting a lot of money where, quite frankly, it shouldn't be wasted. We are living in very serious times, and quite frankly, it's one of the reasons why I do vote Reform. Now, I'm not saying Reform are perfect or anything else, but they seem to be the only ones who have a plan. Now, our government actually is filled with people who have lied on their CVs or their resumes. They have lied about several factors that should have been included. We have had criminal activities from these people who are in charge of our future. Now, some people say, well, Donald Trump has done that. Well, to be honest with you, just breaking off with Donald Trump, the whole case with Stormy Daniels was clearly a kangaroo court. And yes, I did look into everything. There is no way that President Trump should have ever been even bothered with that. But I digress. I think we do need someone like President Trump to actually take over our country and actually deal with that. How do we deal with this? Well, quite frankly, we start thinking with our brains and politics, and we actually say enough is enough. And just to let you know, this government has actually cancelled or postponed local elections in an effort to perhaps combine areas into one area so that they don't lose their votes. So what do we need to start telling the government that we're not happy about this by voting them out, because believe me, if this situation goes any longer, we will be facing some very serious trouble. Now, I didn't really want to do a political thing. I want to talk about going to the gym. I want to talk about doing what I'm doing, how my progress is going, and it's going great. I'm starting to really get somewhere. I wanted to do all of that, but unfortunately at the moment, I really have to say something about the situation that we face. I think we now have to really say, right, we need to change this situation, put Britain back on a UK track, make sure that it's actually for UK citizens and those people who live here and those people who have come here legally and who pay their way and actually do what they're supposed to be doing. We need to ensure that there is one law, that it's British law, nobody else's law. We need to reform a lot of things whereby we become a society of just law once again. Because quite frankly, we are a laughingstock of everywhere. So, I'm not being endorsed by the Reform UK. I'm not endorsed by anybody. I'm certainly not being paid by anybody, but I will strongly urge people to really think with their minds and brains and really think exactly what they are voting for. Really think about this, okay? So I'm going to leave you with those thoughts, and I hope that people have a, I hope we pull out of this. I really do. I hope things do change. We will have to see. But there are plenty of other things that our government has done that is literally harming our country, hurting our country, and destroying it. And I think we need to get rid of it. And we can't afford to bring the Conservatives back in. We can't afford to do that because they have shown the same ineptitude as the Labour. I think we really need to kind of sort out the priorities of what the British people want. So I'm going to leave that with you. Have a great day. I'm heading to the gym. I'm going to go and train. Catch you all later. Have a great day.